Launching new functionality at scale and speed is a complicated process for product teams with multiple inputs and influences. Roadmaps, like you see here in Pendo, are often used to keep track of what to prioritize and what to develop next. Teams can use Pendo throughout all stages of product development, from discovery to launch, to keep business outcomes top of mind while developing and launching new products. To determine what to build next, you can use analytics in Pendo to understand where users get stuck and they potentially have problems to prioritize that on your roadmap. You can also use Pendo Listen to collect feedback at scale to determine what your users ask for most and prioritize that. Once you have some ideas, you can also ask your users for feedback. With Validate, you can present in your application, in this case Acme CRM, some ideas you have to prioritize and ask your users to rate this idea, including adding a design mockup. In this case, as a user of Acme CRM, I think this is nice to have and it's a great idea. I just submit this and this will end up in Pendo. As a product manager, I can analyze all these votes and different feedback from my users in the analysis part of Validate. I can look at this not just by votes, but also by account and value to determine my prioritization in the right way. I can also use all the segments I'm used to using in my other parts of Pendo to make sure that business outcomes with a focus on certain segments are taken into account in prioritizing the roadmap as well. Once I've decided what to develop next, I can also use Pendo to help with the launch of this new feature to increase adoption rates. In the application, I can add a badge-activated guide. For example, this word new is completely Pendo, that shows a guide that helps people understand how to use the new functionality to increase adoption rates and get more people used to using this new feature. Of course, I also want to keep track and easily present to leadership how I'm going to launch this new feature. For this, I've created a dashboard in Pendo. I summarized in this dashboard who the team is and what we're planning to do, and then added different analytics metrics to understand how the launch is going. I'm measuring a weekly ratio goal and see if I track towards the goal of 20%, as well as track adoption towards the goal that we have of how many paid and provisioned users are using this feature. I combine the qualitative and quantitative analytics together here by presenting user feedback in the same dashboard as the analytics data. I then have further analytics to see how this has downstream effects when users use these features. How does this develop further into increased conversion rates of a funnel? Which percentage of my accounts are using this feature? And of course, I'm also tracking how my launch is going with in-app guides. I can compare here exactly how many people adopt the new feature when they see the guide versus when they haven't seen a guide. So this is how Pendo is helping you scaling and speeding up the complicated process of launching new features. And you can learn this way easily how you can use product analytics data, in-app guides, and user feedback in Pendo to ensure a successful product or feature launch.